ever find yourself wondering if you missed the boat? Like somehow everyone else bought the second home, flipped the investment property, and figured out crypto? Well, you're just trying to remember where you parked at Whole Foods. I've been there. We've all been there at some sort. And I want to encourage you by saying you're not behind. You're just not on their timeline. You're on yours. And it might be more divine and more intentional than you think. And hey, at least you weren't caught on the Jumbotron at a Coldplay concert kissing someone else's spouse in 4K. Wah, wah. Yes, more on that later. It's all over the internet, so I had to bring it up. Welcome back to Off Limits, the show where we talk about the things no one else will in a way that elevates your mind, your money, and your meaning. I'm your host, Ellen Roers, creator of Off Limits and founder of Elevated Living & Co., your go-to for mindset resets, real estate moves, and beautifully bold comebacks. This episode is for the high achiever who's quietly wondering, did I wait too long? Should I be further ahead? Is it too late to make my next big move? And I would say absolutely not. Whether you're building your portfolio, reclaiming your power post-divorce, or reimagining your next chapter in luxury real estate or life, this episode is your permission slip to trust in timing. Because what if you're not behind? What if you're just early? Early for the version of who's finally ready to hold it all. So the am I behind syndrome, we've been there, we all have. And, it's our job to catch when we get there. I know I've been there a little bit the last few months. And let's be honest, the internet doesn't help. That's why I love to stay away from it. I'm more about creating now. So I'm creating versus consuming. Scroll the internet for 5 minutes and it's somebody else is already on their second engagement. See someone else's villa renovation in Italy. Someone's company just got acquired. Someone else just listed their third Airbnb on the coast. And you're here thinking, sipping your coffee, checking Zillow, wondering if that lakefront listing will disappear before your espresso kicks in. But comparison isn't just a thief of joy. It's the thief of clarity. Remember that. Comparison is one of the worst things we do to ourselves because it makes you question if you're too late, when really you might be just arriving to the moment that's meant for you. So quick Bitcoin lesson that brought me some clarity and it showed me compound growth and little by little. So a couple years ago, not even about a year and a half ago, I started dropping just $100 in a month or $100 a month into this Bitcoin account. I have a Robinhood account for all of my stocks. And I thought, I'm going to try this Bitcoin thing. I don't really know what I'm doing, but enough to be dangerous. And actually, the more I'm doing it, the more I love it and learn about it. But my hairstylist, I was with her yesterday, she's going full into this Bitcoin and doing really well with it. And so I was like, I have a Robinhood account. I haven't checked it for months. Let me go in and see where I'm at. Anyways, long story short, there's just nothing flashy about my Bitcoin, no charts, no to the moon hype. Like I said, I forgot about it. And I think I ended up again putting maybe 1,800 in there total. And today that Bitcoin account is at 15,000. So in a matter of a year and a half, not bad. Not because I did something fancy, but because I just stayed in and I gave it a little bit time after time, month after month. And so now I wish I would have put a little more in there. But here's the metaphor. Sometimes the things that feel like we're, not doing anything or they're not doing anything are actually building everything quietly, faithfully, and behind the scenes. That includes your healing. That includes your confidence, your real estate dreams, whatever it is. You are growing compound interest in ways you can't see yet. So just want to encourage you there. All right, let's talk a little bit about this Coldplay concert scandal and self-check moments. I think it's a good lesson for all of us. I'll say, we start with these two high-level corporate execs, one a CEO who's built an amazing empire, a beautiful family, one head of HR, same thing, a lot of success, her beautiful family, both caught on the kiss cam at a Coldplay concert. One problem, they're both married, but not to each other. I don't bring this up to shame them because we've all done something we regret or we're not proud of. But I bring this up because it's powerful. It's a public reminder of something private we all need to ask ourselves. Am I living in a way I'd be okay with someone recording? So if somebody were recording me right now, how would I feel about my actions? Because integrity isn't about being perfect. It's about being aware. It's about being real, authentic, and someone that people can trust. So yes, I've made choices I wouldn't want on camera. We all have. But again, the question I ask is, What do I do after that moment? Do I pause? Do I reflect, realign? Do you pause, reflect, realign? Anytime you are spiraling in that I'm so behind energy, remember, at least you're not trending for infidelity in HD on a stadium Jumbotron. I look at wherever we're at, we all deserve second chances. We all have made mistakes that we maybe aren't proud of. And maybe we feel we are behind, but just remember, pause, reflect, realign. Sometimes the things we're waiting for is waiting on us to become the version of ourselves who can hold it. And that's a good reminder. Maybe we're just not quite there yet, but we're close to it and things are developing behind the scenes. The business, the relationship, the legacy real estate portfolio. I'm trying to build that. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when and who you're becoming while you wait. And that's the joy in the journey. I love that saying, the joy is in the journey, who you are becoming while you wait. You don't have to rush. You just have to stay rooted in your growth. This is why I created the success inventory. Check it out. I will put the link below. And this is the flipping the script on the ways we think when we're failing, when really we're just recalibrating. Don't look at it as failure. Think about it as recalibrating. We all need to recalibrate. You can see sometimes our phones, our computers will do that. And they just need to reset and get realigned. Check out the 30 keys to success and say, what is off limits this week? So this week, the off limits portion is the lie that says you're too late. You are not too late. You're blooming on divine timing. And maybe, just maybe, your delay was a layer of protection or preparation or grace. So some questions to reflect on. Where in your life do you feel behind? And whose timeline are you measuring by? Okay, so where do you feel behind? But whose timeline is it? Are you measuring by your own timeline? Can you find evidence that growth is happening quietly, even if the results aren't loud yet? What's one thing you've stuck with that's now paying off, emotionally or financially? Sometimes, like I said, it's working behind the scenes. If someone filmed your life this week, would you be proud of your choices? It's a big one. Every day you can kind of look at, at the end of the day, think, what was I really proud of? And what's something I could maybe change tomorrow? And what does on time, in air quotes, actually look like for you? Sometimes for me, it's just being in the present moment. So honor where you're at and be okay with where things are and know that things are happening behind the scenes. If this podcast resonated with you, take a screenshot and share it with someone who needs the reminder. And if you're doing a little mindset reset this month, grab the free success inventory PDF. I'll drop it in the link below. And until next time, I'm Ellen Roers, and this is Off Limits, where nothing is too real, too raw, or too late to talk about. Sending you so much love. And that's it for today.